Yeah, there's a lot of strange things. I mean, first of all, in cities and urban areas, the temperature is always going to be warmer. So as cities grow and urbanization increases, um, so these are places that trap heat. So the temperature around cities is
Mm.
always going to be warmer. Um, well, secondly, there's the argument for global warming, which may or may not be occurring. Um, does do humans? The question is, do human beings affect the temperature more than the solar system? Um,
Mm.
and um, I think we overestimate our own effect on a lot of things. So yeah, there are a lot of people on Earth, but the universe is quite big, and
Mm-hmm.
things like the sun and solar winds are going to have a great effect.
Mm.
Um, I was reading a few weeks ago about the volcanoes that are under the North Pole. Now, this is something that this is not on people's radar. It's a very abstract topic, but like under Greenland and parts of the North Pole, there are underwater volcanoes. This is
Mm.
natural in the Earth, and a lot of the changes in what's happening with water around the planet are due to the underwater volcanoes. And people will say, "Oh no, we're all because of too many chemicals, all the ice is melting." It's like, well, no, it's underwater volcanoes that are really hot, and they melt all the ice, and they have done for millions of years, and they will continue to do that for millions of
Mm.
years as well. So yeah, temperatures tend to be up and down all over the place as well. The medieval warm period was a period when the center of Europe was warm all year, basically,
Mm.
and it was quite. I imagine it was quite difficult for certain elements of agriculture, but I imagine it had some great benefits as well. So
Mm.
I find it interesting when people talk about changes in the weather and the climate. Um, there's I live next to the sea, right? I grew up here. The
Mm.
level of the sea is exactly the same level that it was 45 years ago. It's not up, it's not down. It's
Mm.
exactly the same level that it was. So um, I don't think much is happening there. But it's nice to get snow over Christmas.
Yes. Yeah.
I can't imagine Christmas in Australia, for example, or New Zealand, where um, it's the middle of summer and they have Christmas, and it must be crazy for them with all of these songs about snow at Christmas
Mm.
when when it's in the middle of summer. Uh, so it's something about the northern hemisphere and all of those Christmas ideas and stories are
Mm.
very nice. Um, and they, and they go, and there's things going on here, and they all the stories go way back as well. So it's sort of the Christmas story is nothing new. The Christmas story is
Mm.
been retold thousands of times. Excuse me one second. Yes, darling. In Russia, there's lots of snow. Yep, I imagine it's very cold in parts of Russia. It's probably about minus 15 and
Yeah.
minus 20 right now. We have a friend who lives in a big city in the south of Russia, somewhere between the Ukraine and Kazakhstan. I'm trying to remember the name of it. What's the name of the city? You remember? Some big Russian city there, and they were they were saying that it's minus 15 to minus 20, and I
During the
was
day.
yeah, and I was and I was saying you have to go, and she said, oh, there's snow everywhere. I said you have to go out and take some pictures first. She said, I'm not going outside. It's too cold. It's too cold to go outside. It's just too cold. So I think it's still the wildlands out there. I mean, we can. Do you know what? I'll tell you. tell you what you already know. I'll tell you the obvious thing that affects the climate in Slovakia. And this is going to sound really crazy, but it's true. Windmills.
Mm.
The windmills that are in Austria change the flow of the air, the movement of the air across the land. So the air that would normally travel like this gets mixed. And this affects the climate quite a lot. People don't realize it. It's also really dangerous for birds as well. That it kills. Yeah, windmills kill the wildlife, right? So they affect the air flow across the land, and that, I can imagine sort of Bratislava area. There's a huge effect of having those windmills in Austria. So there's that. There's also the fact that, as I think we talked about this before, you can order the weather now. You can order whatever weather you want. This is very expensive, naturally. It costs you like 10 million euro or something like that. But if you're a government and you've got your Sparta Praha or some giant sporting event, Sportadia, or I don't know what the Russians called their big events, then obviously you want a nice day for it. So yeah, so it's possible for that. Some of the ski regions do it. The skiing economy is so important to some European countries that government actually invests in snow for the ski resorts. Everything is manipulation, right? The environment, the buildings, the roads, the weather. What people do is they change everything. They manipulate things. Sometimes things are better, sometimes things are worse. But what we do is we change things. And if we can create opportunities for people, then why not? Why not do it? Why not make it better for everybody? Why not make it easier for everybody? You apply that question to the last 12 months of everything worldwide. We can all make things easier for everybody if we just stop and think before reacting to everything. But yeah, there's it always amazed me that people in the past would travel from England to Scotland to go skiing, and I always thought that was really crazy because the weather here and the opportunities to do things are very limited. It's much better to go to the south of France or to go over to Europe somewhere and enjoy skiing there, or go up to Norway or Sweden or Finland and do some skiing up there on glaciers or something like that. I think that's always a better option if people can afford it. So yeah, it's nice to get some snow at Christmas. It's a great experience for the kids, and it's a time of wonder with presents and lots of people and usually lots of things happening. It's also good what you said about sort of smart parenting, not giving everything to the children at the same time because they don't really appreciate it. I mean, that's what I do with a lot of things here as well, is I have a lot of things that's in reserve, like backup. I have a lot of things in backup for plans and activities that I can do with the children. Sometimes it might be simple things, just like playing cards or playing a card game, and other times it might be more complicated, like setting up a flight simulator or something like that, just to give the kids a different experience. You okay over there? Yeah, does that mean I take that as a I don't, I don't know what that means. She's